yeah, it's mandatory for males to go into the military and serve your years, right? Maximum is at least 2 or 3 years, something like that. 9 out of 10 cars that I sold at Maserati back then, 9 out of 10 would come back for as a complaint. The craziest thing is that when they had me and my little brother in Korea, they just kept getting these dreams about coming to Canada. Somehow, my dad got a loan for almost $1 million from, I think it was TD Bank. He's the stereotypical Asian parent, right? Back then, right, where he wanted me and all of my brothers to go into dentistry, like he did, open up a three-brother dental. That's his dream, right?
Okay, welcome, my friend. Welcome to the show.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. First time
Last,
being here.
yeah. So last we met was in years ago, right? Like
Yeah.
4 years ago,
Yeah,
3 years
yeah,
ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. So, like you used to promote like clubs and everything like that back then.
I remember, yeah.
And my girlfriend Jennifer met your girl, right? And then at a retail store, and then that's kind of how we got connected.
Connected, yeah. Yeah, since then a lot of has changed. I mean, I got married.
Congratulations.
Thank you, brother.
Congratulations on that.
And you just told me that you're planning to propose to, right?
Yeah. Been thinking about it for a while, right? So you always want like a solid partner.
100%.
And I think she meets all the qualities with that, and hopefully, I become the best suitable man for her as well, right? To provide and start a foundation with her through family and stuff. So I think everything just checks each other's boxes, and yeah.
How old are you, Gu?
27 now.
27.
Yeah, I turned 27 in February.
So about right age, eh?
Yeah.
And it's hard to find what do you call partners in today's day and age, man. You see around and
Yeah, I would say so. Like honestly, like my belief in relationships is like it's not like, yes, like there might be someone out there perfect for you, how you think and so on, like a soulmate. But a solid relationship is, when you meet someone that has like the same foundation or wanting the foundation as you do, and you guys just learn from each other, feed off each other, and grow together, build that for you and your family together.
yeah.
That's just what I think, and I've done with Jennifer. And so, yeah, I think.
And I think you have done a great job. I think what you said is important. There must be a better partner out there. There must be, better alternatives. But what you got is, let's say, if you have a girl
Yeah.
and you like spending time with her, do things, and you can think of a lifetime journey, why not lock that in, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. And it's not about like, I'm going to settle for this or anything like that, right? It's more of finding a compatible partner that sees eye to eye with you. Right?
Yeah.
No matter what it is, no matter, even if you are in the darkest moments together, like someone that's just solid and supports you, and just there for you ever since the beginning, and wants to, grow your family together, or, like I said, the foundation as well, right? So I think that's very important. Like everyone can, look at social media and then say, okay, I want to be with this girl and so on. But, the relationship of getting to know each other and growing together, I think that's the most important thing, right?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Instagram can rob you of
Oh, absolutely.
joy, man. You see all these people, all these chicks, and it's filled with that.
Yeah.
If you start paying attention to that, it gets crazy,
Yeah.
man.
And that's the thing that I like used to do, even for myself, like compare myself to other people. And I think that's like the worst thing that you can do.
It will rob you of your joy, man.
absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah.
Comparison is a thief of joy.
Yeah. And so, like you see like a bunch of like 18-year-olds, like 20-year-olds saying that they're making millions of dollars. And like good for them, absolutely, right?
Oh, 100%.
I want everyone to make money, right? But you can only really compare yourself to you and how you do the next day, if you're 1% better or not, right? Because you know yourself the best, right?
That's
you
right.
You know your skill set, you know your capability, and so I only kind of realized that a year ago, where it's like I gotta just compare myself to me and how I do the things that I
yourself,
do. Yeah, the
yes.
next day, because all these gurus on Instagram and stuff like that, like you can compare to them all you want, but it's just more envy and jealousy and so on, right?
And
So
most of the time, you'll find out these gurus or these kids that are flashing $1 million. Most of the time,
yeah.
not all of them, most of them are fake, or they're trying to sell you something. So there is a direct conflict of
Yeah.
interest that they're trying to sell you something, and then they say they know how to make money.
Mm-hmm.
If they know how to make money, why do they need to sell something to you in first place?
Yeah.
So you have to be cautious of that too.
Yeah. And there's a verse in the Bible that I read, and it sticks to me a lot. Is that like dirty money or like quick
Quick money.
cash, right? It dissolves, right? But money earned with hard work and just clean money, I guess you could
Yeah.
say, is to the path of like prosperity, right? And so yeah, like God blesses our hands for us to work and with our skill set, and I think people that are just trying to find quick cash schemes here and there, that it does go away pretty fast.
Fast
Right?
too.
So
I think a lot of the sayings, old sayings from Bible, from any other religious text, is still very much applicable today in today's day and life.
oh yeah,
Because
yeah,
and it might be said in a different version every single time. How you mentioned dirty money or quick money. Similarly to that, we have the saying as well that easy success builds ego, and
yeah.
hard success makes you more patient, more generous, or whatnot, humble. So something similar to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's crazy how people want to make it quick, eh?
Yeah, but I'm not saying like it's bad or anything like that. And I think a lot of people, like my little brother, he's in heavily into crypto, right? He's been studying it for like 4 years now, and he just knows a lot of what crypto is all about. And,
Okay.
the market and everything. For me, I'm not as smart as he is, right? So whenever he thinks that this market is going to go up and down and so on, I just give him my cash for him to invest, right? Like for me, I just do my bank's like stocks and investments and so on. But he's very good at that. But him being in that area of crypto for a while now, he just kind of knows from like social media, like all these people that are saying buy this right now, it's gonna go down, all this stuff. It's never really true. It's always past. You know what I mean? Like they tell you the news about this stock or crypto because they've already done it, right? And so, and some people might truly like genuinely want you to do it and predicting that it'll happen, but it's usually like the ones that are like quick cash and get this, you're like they're gonna make you millionaires. They're usually the ones with the courses, and you have to pay for
That's
subscription.
right.
And so
And most of the time, the courses that they sell is basic information you can find for free on YouTube. And they just
everything's accessible.
yeah, they restructure it, make it in a way that you think, oh, this is what I need to
Yeah.
get here or there. Crypto is a interesting space, man.
It is.
I don't understand it either.
I don't either. Yeah.
I like more of the conventional assets
Yeah.
and whatnot,
Yeah.
SIPs and
Yeah.
S&Ps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've tried to understand it. It's hard, man. I mean, the technology itself, they say it's decentralized. Okay, if it's decentralized, how do you build trust on this? It's all
Yeah.
on the blockchain and whatnot.
exactly.
I can't wrap my head around the technology. The other thing I can't wrap my head around is all these young kids, if they get this habit of making quick money without, because if you think about trading, they're trading, right?
Yeah.
Trading in itself doesn't create any value for society. You're just speculating. Okay, from $10 it'll drop down to 6. I'll make the difference of 4. Boom. Technically, you're not building anything for the society or adding any value to the society. And these kids will then inherently get to get accustomed to making quick money, easy money without any real hard effort
or consequences, right?
exactly. You know how hard sales are.
Oh yeah. Been
Tell
sales.
these kids to sell something in physical world, and they'll quickly realize how.
Yeah. Well, it's more about like discipline and like this is what my little brother said, is that like crypto is you can't have emotion. You can't have emotions. You need very good discipline, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of people base off their trading off of emotions and their connection with like the money itself, right? But you have to like erase all that. That's what he says, right? You
Yeah.
gotta erase all that, and you just gotta be disciplined on that as well. But um, yeah, no, like I said, I'm not very informative on crypto. I just trust him to do it, and whatever he
He
does,
takes
right?
care of everything.
Exactly, right? So
He's right on that part. When you trade, you have to be emotionally,
yeah, yeah,
strong or whatnot, or keep your emotions out of the gate.
yeah.
And because I myself trade gold, I haven't made any money out of it yet.
Gold is very good to invest in right now.
Yeah.
My dad, he bought a bunch of gold back in like 5 years ago.
5 years when it
And
was $2,000 an
yeah,
ounce or something. Or
2,300, right?
Yeah.
Now it's worth like 5 grand, right? So
Yeah, it's at 5 grand today because I check the price of gold every day because I have to trade this asset. But again, I'm not good at it either. Like I'm still learning,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
I got so many things going on. So every
Yeah.
morning I'll wake up, take some time off my schedule and put it in
yeah,
trading because my goal personally is right now, I'm 26,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
We're getting closer to 30 and it
Oh, yeah.
gets real, man.
Oh yeah,
Till 25, you're okay, you're having fun and,
but life comes fast,
oh yeah.
right? So
And now when I sit back and think, where did those 5 years, 6 years go from 20 to 26? It flies, man.
oh yeah, oh yeah. Like I can remember like me when I was like 10 years old, like waking up Saturday morning, getting onto like Teletoon or something, watching Digimon and Yu-Gi-Oh, right?
Yeah.
Back in when we used to live in an apartment, but now it's like um, nostalgic, very nostalgic, right? But it goes fast, right? From 10 years old to 27 now, all the wisdom I've gained and everything. And the way that I think now is totally going to be different and by the
Yeah,
time I'm
it's an
30,
ongoing
right?
process. You learn on your
Yeah,
way and
yeah.
your ideology changes or whatnot. You gain experience.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that, sometimes um, thinking back to like when I was 10, 12, like, man, the worries that I did not have and the stress I did not have is crazy, right?
Yeah.
And so,
And then you grow up, you find the social pressure. Oh, you need to buy a house. You need to
Yeah.
have this
Yeah.
XYZ job and
Yeah.
whatnot.
I know.
If you and the crazy thing is, if you don't do all of those mandatory stuff that the society wants you to do, you're looked down upon.
Yeah, it's a system.
Yeah.
Okay? Ever since like now this might go on to like a little bit of a rabbit trail or like some
Take
things
me.
that people
Yeah.
some people that don't. For me, like there's the biggest reason why back in high school and like university when I used to be in university, there's a reason why like I kind of dropped university, and I'm not saying to do that, but I think there's a lot of avenues that you can take with diplomas and stuff like that as well.
100%.
But I don't know. I just never wanted to be in debt and stick with a job where I'm getting like a cap on salary or all this other stuff. I kind of wanted to do my own thing, right? So, with the school system and all this other stuff, you're kind of like the system, like when you're taught to like raise your hand before you speak, ask for permission to go to the washroom, stuff like that. Right?
Yeah, that's all to make you subordinate or
Yeah. And I just never, and I'm not saying that I'm huge in the industry or anything like that, but I just never really. I always wondered why, even back in high school.
Yeah.
All like my vice principal like told me that I won't amount to anything if I keep acting the way that I did back then.
Mm-hmm.
And part of that is kind of true because I was a very stubborn kid. But not, hearing those words, I guess a lot of it kind of motivated me to do what I wanted to do and in a way be successful at what I do, right? But yeah, no, I love what I do now, and
That matters, man. If you love what you do and you're having a blast, what else matters?
Yeah.
And yeah, you brought up a cool point. They tell you to raise your hand, they tell you to may I go to washroom and whatnot. And then you grow up, you're like, why am I going into debt to learn all these skills?
Mhm.
And then I have to go to this job and make XYZ money with a
Yeah.
cap.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, like I said, like um
It
there's
works for most people,
yeah,
yeah.
there's professions that that you have to be qualified for to do that with the diploma and all that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like my dad, right? Like he's the stereotypical Asian parent, right? Back then, right, where he wanted me and all of my brothers to go into dentistry, like he did, open up a three brother dental. That's his dream, right? And for me to like break that news to him is that like, dad, like I
He
want to.
must be upset.
He was, but he was more understanding than upset, right? Um, my dad is very old school. We were like born. I was born in South Korea, and my dad had a family situation. Like my mom was very poor, right? Um, with her family, she got abused by her stepfather. She would sleep in the streets sometimes, and my dad would pay for a hotel for her to sleep. My dad was like pretty wealthy back then, until my grandpa lost all of his money, right? Um, like
Do you
this is
know how he lost his money?
yeah. So this is my life that I'm really like my family situation's life that I'm talking about is that uh, my dad had four brothers, right? And one of the brothers asked my grandpa for money to start up a construction business back in Korea, right?
Okay.
But it failed, right? And my grandpa ended up giving him around $3 million back then, like back then.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how much it was worth back then, but around 3 million, and lost it all, right? Because the company failed and all this other stuff. And that's really how um, my family back in Korea are poor, you can say, and that's kind of what my dad taught us, like the importance of like wealth, right? And so my dad came here. My parents got married. They met when they were in grade 3 or something like that. But
Oh,
they
okay.
reconnected in high school. My dad went to the military for 2 years.
There's something with South Korea where you have to
It's
serve into.
mandatory. Yeah,
It's
if you're a
mandatory.
male, it's
Conscription, it's called, or
yeah,
yeah,
something
yeah.
like that. It's like I don't know too much. Like
Mm-hmm.
obviously, I feel ashamed not knowing my own hometown like culture, even though I was born there. But just been living in Canada for too long, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's mandatory for males to go into the military and serve your years, right? Maximum is at least 2 or 3 years, something like that. But my dad went to the military for 2 years, served there, 2 or 3, and then they had me. And then the craziest thing is that when they had me and my little brother in Korea, they just kept getting these dreams about coming to Canada, right? And the coolest part is that my mom wouldn't marry my dad until he got a diploma, right?
Really?
Yes. And so she's been my dad's rock for forever, right? So my dad got into dentistry as a dental technician, and then kept having these dreams about Canada, and so he prayed. My whole family is Christian, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or my dad, my mom, my two little brothers, or we all believe Christ is our savior, right? Kept having these dreams, and he prayed about it, and they made a decision to come to Canada. A dental technician facility offered my dad a job to work with them in Calgary, right?
Okay.
Offered him a brand new car, offered him money as well, but for some reason, my dad said no. So we ended up coming to Winnipeg, right? The coolest part is um, when we came to Winnipeg, the first people we met were Koreans, and he was a pastor as well, right?
Mm.
And so, you kind of do the connection of like my dad's prayer and coming to Canada and actually making that risk. My dad only had $8,000 in his pocket and two little kids and a wife, right? With no English, right? The first people we met was a Korean pastor, and coincidentally, their last name also started with Kang. Like that's my last name, right?
Okay.
But we're not.
What year was all this?
This was when I was 5 years old, so 2000.
2002,
Yeah,
2, 3,
yeah,
yeah.
2, 3. Yeah, and then we
Yeah.
came to Canada. They helped us buy a car cash. My dad had like very little money at that point, but they helped us like guide through Canada, a foreign land, right? Translated English for us. My mom and dad would be taking uh, English lessons, so on, just to support. My dad found a dental technician job there, and he just grinded it out, right? That's why I say my mom was the rock, because she's supported him and helped him with whatever we could. My mom didn't even want to come to Canada. She wanted to stay home because she's comfortable in Korea. She didn't know English, right? And then the years went by, and we had my baby brother, Jay, Daniel, right? And it was just us five, right? And we went to the church um, that the Korean pastor there, we met, and he owned the church there, so we kept going to that in Winnipeg. But then my dad and my dad also had this dream of going to Steinbach, or moving to Steinbach, right? Steinbach is like 45 minutes away from Winnipeg, and they found out that there's no dental technician at that time there, right? There was a bunch of dentists, right? But how are they getting their crowns and all this other stuff? So we moved to Steinbach, and somehow my dad got a loan for almost $1 million from, I think it was TD Bank. Somehow,
For $1 million?
yeah, before even, I think it was even before he even got his like citizenship or something like that. Somehow, right? And I'm in finance, right? It's very hard to do that when you're an immigrant and so on, right?
Yeah.
Even after a couple of years passed, right? So he started his dental technician facility, laboratory there. Got a building up, and I believe in a couple of years after that, he paid off the debt and everything, and now he just owns a bunch of properties, and he became the man he is today. Um,
By all through struggles and
yeah,
grinds that he
yeah,
did
yeah,
in his
and
early
yeah,
20. When did he get married? Do you know? Like what age?
36, 30, something like that. Yeah,
Yeah, man. I think with us guys, the thing is we're known for what we can do for the society.
yeah,
Otherwise, we hold no value,
yeah, and
right?
and especially when you take a risk, and that it's do or die. Like, you know what I mean? The pressure is on.
That's right.
Yeah, all the pressure was on my dad, right? And me just watching that, me experiencing that, right? Even if as a kid, like back then, I didn't understand what was going on and why, I would complain. I was a kid, right?
Yeah.
But now,
But now you look back at it, now you realize what the sacrifices he made and
absolutely,
whatever he did was for the family.
yeah,
And yeah, there's something about this, man. When you look back and realize all this trouble that you went through was for something meaningful later.
yeah,
And trust, that's a crazy story,
yeah.
man.
And I think that's most immigrants, to be honest, like that comes to Canada or America to like make their own foundation, right? Um, and it's really up to you on how you want to start that, right? For, like you said, like for society, for your family, and so on. And yeah, like, and I think that kind of taught me and my little brothers a lesson of us wanting to do what we can to give back to my dad, right? Um, that's why after my mom passed away 5, 6 years ago through cancer, um, my dad, that was his light. Like, my mom was one of the most, and I'm not even just saying this because she's my mom, one of the most angelic person ever, right? Like, um, they would they would go to from Steinbach to Winnipeg. They would go to a morning service in Winnipeg, like the church, 5 a.m. Come back, prep me and my little brother's lunch for school, and then help my dad with like the paperwork and everything like that for his business. My mom is the type of person where she gives, right? Um, to help the church out. There was one time when the church was like not doing very well with finance. My mom donated her $10,000 ring, diamond ring,
To the
to
church.
the church, right? She's that type. That speaks volume. That's the type of person she is, right? She'd give a leg, an arm for me and my little brothers, for someone, right? And watching her slowly pass away, slowly just decay, right? Um, has scarred my heart, and I think it'll never really go away. But even to this day, she still motivates me because back then when she was alive, I took everything for granted. The life that we lived comfortably in Steinbach, or just in like general, right? Um, the grind that my dad did made to provide for us, right? My mom, everything was too easy, right? As a kid, getting whatever you want, whatever here and there. Even though I experienced and watched that whole thing, and as an older brother, I was very stubborn, arrogant. I would sneak out of the house, I'd smoke, drink, whatever, just to fit in, right? And that time, it was during COVID. Everyone was in lockdown. It was my mom's final days, right?
Okay.
And to be honest, a lot of people can disagree with me on this, and I don't really care because I was thankful that COVID happened, because what other way can the university shut down for me to go home
Spend time.
and spend time my last year, right, with my mom? What other way, right?
Yeah.
Like, um, and I think that's what God kind of did for me and my family, is that He's gonna take someone that is, to me, perfect, because she's done her work here. And if my mom, let's say my mom, like, this is what I believe in. If my mom had a chance to talk with God and God told her, I'm going to save your sons, so me and my little brothers, because I want them to believe in me as much as you believe in me, to my mom would say 100%, right? And if she was like the sacrifice for that, she'd take it 10 out of 10 times, right? And her sacrifice changed me and my brothers, to the point of when I talked to someone that I met a long time ago, they let me know like right away, it's like, you changed as a person, like what happened, right? Back then I was very stubborn. Like, you don't understand. Like I would bleach my hair like yellow and all this stuff. Like,
Just being rebellious.
yeah,
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 yeah, yeah.
exactly. And I only believed in Christianity or Jesus or God because of what my parents believed in, and I just go to church because they went. I never really had a fire burning in my heart, right? But after my mom passed away, and I watched that whole thing, and I was like, okay, I have to do something, right? Like, I can't live the way that I do now. And I want to be there for my family and stuff, right? My dad was torn. I saw my dad like fall when walking, like just, and he's a healthy guy too, right? Just his heart just been torn to shreds, right? And so that's why I say, like, in a way, my mom saved me and still looks after me today, because I gained that experience of that, and that fired me up for motivation to the day when I see her again. And I want to go wherever she went, right? So that's what I truly believe. And my little brothers, we all are the same. Like, my little brother Min and Jed, like they've been my foundation forever, ever since I was born, right? You know how like sometimes like siblings, they argue, pester each other and stuff. Me and Min and Jed sometimes, but me and Min has never had an argument in our whole life.
No?
Never. Every time that I did something, he'd just follow, right? Every time he did something, I'd just be interested in it and try to do the same. Um, and now it's more like he has the highest respect for me as a brother. I have the highest respect for him as a brother as well. And it's just he's a total opposite of me though, right? I was I was a very like social person, going out, just talking, like making jokes. He's a very quiet person, books, studying, gaming, Legos, so on. But no matter how completely different we are, man, like
It's
he's
like yin and yang, man. It's
yeah,
polar opposite. I can agree with that because this guy is 10 years younger than me, right?
yeah,
And I notice sometimes how different he is from me
absolutely,
in
yeah,
different ways, but that makes you a whole, you know.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's a moving story, man.
yeah,
What you just, the whole thing. And I think your mom is somewhere watching you and is proud of you.
yeah. And you know, like when I get to where she is one day, and you know, obviously I have a bunch of questions to ask, right? But it's just like the regret of
Not spending enough time.
yeah,
I think that is something, you know, bothers me sometimes that with all this going on, I'm so busy chasing this, that,
yeah,
whatnot,
yeah,
and sometimes we miss real connections. And I think it's a regret of a lot of people who lose their parents early or even at a right age. You still think there was something to
that
be
you can
said.
do, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
No, I
you
totally
could.
understand.
Yeah,
It is
but
what it is, right? Like
yeah,
you learn from the experiences that you gain, right? Like once you experience it, that's the best way to learn, right?
that's right.
And you can study all you want, but firsthand experience is, I think, the best way.
And life will give you those, and
Exactly.
yeah,
Yeah.
no textbook, nothing can give you those experiences
Exactly.
what life does, and
Exactly.
it works in a very mysterious way, man. I mean, we all know we need to spend more time with our parents and whatnot, but we still decide to go to the opposite path
Yeah.
and do what we want to do, and then it comes full circle. Oh, I should have spent more time with
Yeah.
them, and then they pass away, or
Yeah.
and you have this burning desire inside. Oh, I wanted to talk to them about this, that,
Yeah.
say them this or whatnot, and then you have kids and they grow up.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
interesting cycle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the next generation can't be the same as your generation, right? Like I said, like my dad wanted me and my brothers to become dentists. Very recently, actually, my two little brothers, that's why they're in BC right now. They told my dad that they want to be um, into data science, right? Computers. And so they worked hard, and my Min got accepted to UBC for data science, straight directory. And then my baby brother is in BCIT, right? And so that's what they're doing right now. Min has his, obviously he wants to work on his data science career, but he does crypto on the side, right? And then my baby brother, he started streaming, like gaming and streaming, very recently as well, and his numbers been like racking up
really.
every day. Like, I think the all of his videos in total, I think it hit like 3 million views.
I've never done streaming. I've heard from people.
Yeah, but he's very talented in streaming. Like the gaming reaction, the reflexes, and everything are there.
And yeah, it seems to be the new trend, or
Yeah,
like, you know,
yeah,
where
yeah,
YouTube used to be a thing, and then we moved to Reels, and now
yeah,
we're going
yeah.
back to long format streaming and all
Yeah,
that.
exactly. And you know, I like obviously there's a lot of like brain rot stuff in out there.
100%.
But like any way you can provide like a avenue for yourself, like do it, you know.
Yeah.
My baby brother, like I've been telling him, like, bro, you should make content, try it. Like you're young enough, you have the skills, you have the characteristics, like why don't you try it? And his TikTok went from like, and um he only got a TikTok a few months ago too. His TikTok went from 1,000 followers to I think 13,000 followers now, just like that, because of um,
Streaming or content?
content streaming, all that other stuff, right?
Mm.
I hop into his Twitch one time. I think he only had like 15, 20 people watching his live, but at least they're watching and they're actually donating
Money.
$5 here
Yeah.
and there, like to him, right? And so I
That's cool,
yeah,
man.
yeah. I've
How old
always,
is he?
He is 20.
20.
Yeah, just
Okay,
turned
so
20.
7 years younger than
Yeah,
you, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
And so he's been doing that, and then for me, I've just been doing my work, right? So um, it's been.
Now, does it ever bother you that you have to be the right example for those, you know?
I've never worried about my brothers, and I think that's the most, like, the best blessing that I can get as their older brother. I look up to them as an older brother. I'll always look up to them because when I was a kid, growing up, you know how I said like Min always followed me around, and
Yeah.
he, as a child, Min watching me grow as a person, whatever I did wrong, he would not do. He
Mm.
would use me as an example, um, and not do the mistakes that I've done. I was like a test trial, right? But I think that's just the best way to learn as a younger brother. Um,
He was learning from your wrongs.
exactly.
Mm.
And so he even told me one time, like, I just want to thank you as an older brother, or like him as a younger brother, but you as an older brother, that um, I got to learn like what not to do in this situation, right? And creating a path for me, right, as an older brother. So I could never ask for a better brother, and I've never had to worry about him, right?
Interesting.
And so he's like my mom when it comes to character.
Mm.
I get my characteristics a lot from my dad, but I can see a lot of like my mom in Min, and so and he used to be like he's a mama's boy as well, right? So yeah, like never had to worry about them.
Yeah, that's interesting how you said he learned from your wrongs.
Hmm.
I think I've done enough wrong that you will do good, eh?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that honestly that's like I think that's what a brother or any sibling relationship would look like, right? Like the world already has a lot of evil in it, you know, and for you as a sibling, you
You
know,
have to stick together,
have to
yeah.
stick together. That's
There's something unique about that when you hold hands together and try to navigate through this world. It
for
becomes
sure,
much easier.
for sure.
Yeah, and I'll tell you a bit of my story. I grew up in a household. My dad was a struggling businessman for the most part, and then some years were good, some years were not as good. And we were three brothers too. I lost one. He died. He
Oh
passed
my goodness.
away
Yeah.
at 13 years old.
Oh, so
So
he was like he was
he was a
13.
special child, so he couldn't do the walking, talking, nothing.
Yeah.
He was completely on bed. So yeah, I know how important it is to have brotherhood in your life because without it, it gets very hollow,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
And when you're dealing with all these people outside who are cutthroat businessmen, and you need some peace at home, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you don't want your household to be another war zone or
No, not at
no.
all. You don't need that stress in your life, right?
100%. And for us men, it's hard to find a safe space or a place where we can be, you know,
Yeah.
keep our guard down and, you know, sit back and
Yeah.
relax.
Yeah.
That's interesting, man. And then you go on Instagram and Reels and you see all this agenda being pushed out that,
Oh
oh,
yeah.
individuality, you have to be separate than this, that.
Yeah.
No, I mean, even being individually different,
Mm-hmm.
you can still be together and use each other as
Yeah.
a force of good
Yeah.
and move into direction of a good direction,
Yeah.
have a
Yeah.
great trajectory together. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. And yeah, like that's exactly what brotherhood is, right? Even like finding the right friend as well, right? Like I always believe that the five people that you hang around with the most is you're the average of the five friends that you hang around with the most, right? They influence you a lot. Like you might not notice it, but friends and people that you hang around with do influence you a lot. The people that I used to hang out with from then till now changed me as a person as well. even if it's like the smallest thing, it can grow into a tree, right?
100%.
And so, yeah, absolutely, I agree with
Yeah,
what
I
you said.
mean, I think people know that you're some of five people, but they still let it go.
Hmm.
They ignore it completely because they're like, I know, but they don't want to admit it
Yeah,
to the point that I have to change myself or I have to change my
yeah.
circle. Let's say if you are surrounded by five people who are full of vices, drinking, smoking, whatnot,
You'll be
name
the
it,
same. Yeah,
you'll
like
become the same. And
yeah,
I myself used to reject this. I'm like, this is not true. That doesn't happen. I can't be some of five people. And subconsciously I was catching their habits, and I realized, oh, it's happening. That
mm,
unknowingly I'm becoming them. Or
absolutely. Yeah, and that was the same way as me until I met Jen. Right. That's why when I
mm,
say like, um, Jen has supported me and only wants the best for me. I truly do feel blessed to have her. But when I first met Jen, she kind of saw how my life was with the friends that I was with, and all they did was kind of like create drama, problems, going out, um, kind of just being stuck, right?
yeah,
Um, or like not them being stuck, but me being stuck at like a
at
mid
their
level.
level.
Yeah, and then when I realized that myself, right, I kind of pushed back a little bit. Obviously, like I'm not the type of person to just completely cut out a person. Um, I would if I have to, though, like if they bother my family, and obviously, right. But now it's more of just like ever since Jen, I focused on myself and creating um, a foundation for us, right, and the people that we want in our circle, and so on. And I can't ask for
Yeah, there
better.
is something about having a right lady in life, man. They'll
Yeah.
show you things that you weren't able to see before.
Mhm.
They'll show you patterns that you weren't able to see because
Yeah.
women look at things differently
Oh
than
yeah.
you do,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you have the right lady at right point in life,
Mhm.
it makes life much easier.
Yeah.
Of course, there will be some turbulence every now and then,
Yeah.
but that's with any relation.
Absolutely.
But I think you brought up a very cool thing. You have seen your mom and dad being together in love and going through this journey of
Yeah.
building something meaningful. I think we unknowingly replicate that and look that in our partner.
Yeah. Absolutely. And like 100%. When I find myself like sometimes thinking like, what would my mom do, or like how does my mom and dad's relationship look compared to ours, right? And I'm not trying to compare. Oh, we got to do this because my mom and dad did it. I'm not doing that, but I just want the healthiness from them, same kind of like replicate that the same for us, right? Because I wholeheartedly believe when I look at my mom and dad, um, they they had, for me, the perfect relationship with each other. Of like I've only seen them argue once, right, in my whole entire life, and that one time was my mom wanted to go back to Korea, right, um, to live there, and my dad uh, just said, um, if you want to go, go. But they had this like little argument, and then my dad stepped out. But immediately when my dad stepped out, my dad came back in and hugged my mom and said like, I'm in this. If you're in this, I need you, and all this other stuff. That was the only time when I saw them argue, right? And um, not saying that arguing isn't bad, right? Obviously, like sometimes when you disagree with one another, you can hash it out, but in a respectful way. Um,
Conflicts are important. Yeah,
exactly,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's also how
You
what the
manage them.
exactly the result of that as well,
Yeah,
right? And so every time, like obviously I'm still like immature in a way, and every time I do get into like an argument with Jen, um, it's even if it's about a petty things here and there, but she knows and I know that what can we learn from that and just like go better with each other and not to do the
yeah.
same, right? So
And we're in this together too.
exactly,
Yeah,
yeah,
so
exactly.
at
So
the end, we'll have to come to a common page no
yeah,
matter what.
yeah,
And yeah, me and Dipansh have been together for 8 years
yeah,
or 7 years now.
plus,
Yeah.
yeah. So
And we recently got married. So
mhm.
it's interesting journey, man. When you spend your life with one person for past 8 years,
Mhm.
you learn a lot. You get their habits. You develop your own habits. What happened?
Both cameras at the same time.
Okay. Yeah, we've been having this issue lately. This
Oh, that's fine.
cameras.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
But yeah, man, I'm having a good time talking to
Bro,
you.
I didn't know that it was gonna be.
It feels light, right?
Yeah,
When
it
you talk
feels
about
like,
this stuff, yeah.
No, I like it, man. Appreciate you asking me to come by.
It's all Dipanshi, man. She said, I think you should talk. She came to me and she said that you should talk to Goo.
Yeah.
I said, 100%. I had one meeting with you and I enjoyed that one
Yeah,
time. So
yeah.
I thought, I'll give it another go. Why not? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me take a quick pee break and then we'll.
Yeah.
It just feels right
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah. I just feel like you should be holding it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just feels like.
It feels like a calling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get him do all this at least on weekends,
Yeah. It's good.
so he can stay away from trouble.
That's the best way.
He's a
Yeah,
good kid
that
so
is the
far. I
best
mean,
way. Yeah.
for the most part. Yeah, my family came here 2 years ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
Like your
they're-
whole family, or
the whole family.
the whole
My
family?
grandmom, my mom, my dad.
Yeah. Yeah. I
And-
remember. I remember Dee telling us that your family was coming, right? So, how did they like it here so far?
I think they like it so far. They're having. It takes some time to get used to all this, but I think they have done a great part
Yeah.
on their end, and they're getting accustomed to all this new winter and all that new culture completely.
It's a totally complete flip. Right?
It's a 360, man.
Yeah.
Even for me, when I moved here 2017, it was a complete flip for me myself. I called someone fat in my class in first semester. I didn't know it wasn't.
No way.
I thought we were friends
Yeah.
with that guy, and it was just 2 days, and I thought, "Hey, fatty, how are you, buddy?" And that didn't go well. But I learned.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
because back in India, if someone was fat, you would call him fat.
Yeah, I think that for the most part, like, I mean, like me and my friends, like, if someone is fat, we still call each other.
You got at
fat,
it, right? Why
but,
not?
But I guess in like here, like the culture here is like you need to have like a solid relationship with them before anything. Yeah.
I learned that hard way, but
Yeah.
what do you think, Goo, with all this happening in the world right now?
Like America and Iran, or
All this,
everything?
yeah, everything.
Honestly,
Where are we heading?
To me, like I usually keep all of this to myself, obviously. But like I did read pretty much like a lot of the Epstein files, a lot of like what celebrities do, and I have a lot of like, it's just information. It's just information out there, right? And
Yeah.
like people can believe it or not, right? And I'm not saying that I believe everything that I see, but it's just stuff that's out there, right? Especially with celebrities right now, and the sensitivity on like the Epstein files and Trump going into war with Iran and so on. But no matter who you are, it really does affect all of us, as in our day-to-day living. Like, you see the gas prices right now, right? And people can say like, oh, I'm not into politics at all, right? Like, you don't have to be, but it's still,
It affects you.
it affects you, right?
Yeah.
Like, in the smallest ways, it affects you. And just being aware of like the Epstein files and some of the stuff out there, it just kind of shows you how you can't really believe in everything that you see. And the world truly isn't the way that people, or the higher ups or whatever, like shows it for you to be, right?
Exactly, and God knows what's going on behind the doors
Yeah.
in these conference rooms or
Exactly.
whatnot. Who's running the government and we're so oblivious from all this that we are so busy in our day-to-day struggles
Yeah.
that we completely miss the point, and we're like,
Yeah.
I'm not into politics.
Yeah.
Regardless if you are into politics or not into politics, it
Yeah.
is going to affect
Yeah.
you and your family where you live, and it's crazy. Yeah, these people would fight over something,
Yeah.
and everyone else would get affected.
Yeah. And for me, like, the truth that I always go to is the Bible, right? And I believe that like the Bible is like basic instructions before leaving Earth. Bible, right? basic instructions before leaving Earth.
Mm.
And that's how I see it, and I kind of base off what I believe in and what I think off of the Bible. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm very far from perfect. Without Jesus dying on the cross for our sins, like I'm a sinner, right? But even in the Bible, it says that in the like it's just gonna get darker from here, right? The world is just gonna get darker from here until my belief is until Jesus comes back, right? And gets rid of evil. But in the Bible, it does mention that the end times are gonna be coming, and so on. So no matter what it is, like the war or not, World War III or not, the world I think is slowly gonna decay because I think people out there are very malicious and evil.
And I think it's already is
Yeah.
slowly decaying because
Yeah.
you look at all this woke agenda and how the fabric of society is being disintegrated
Yeah.
over the years. And it's interesting how we live in North America and you see all this happening
Yeah.
around the world and in North America.
Yeah.
You question, where do I stand in this whole thing?
Yeah. Yeah. And we're trying to all I want in life, and I think I speak this for most men, is that all we're trying to do is provide for our family, live our life peacefully, do what we want to do what we can do, and just be with our loved ones, right? And I think that's like the epitome of life, right?
100%.
And so yeah, it's just whatever the news is, like it's noise, right? Whatever the news is, like you just gotta do your best to be there for your loved ones and believe whatever you believe in, and then go from there, right?
Yeah, I was talking to someone and he brought up a very cool point. Everything that comes from outside is noise.
Yeah.
Whatever comes from the inside is the voice that you need
Exactly.
to listen to. And sometimes, and he also mentions that sometimes that the voice that comes from inside needs to be ignored too.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you have these thoughts that
Yeah.
are not the well suited for you or your trajectory. Yeah, at the end of the day, most men want is some free time for themselves and ability to help people around you for the most
Yeah.
part.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, and um, you know, there like we can talk about all of this stuff, all the news and all the noise out there, right? But what are you actually gonna do, right?
What are you getting out of it? Nothing, yeah.
Yeah, it's just more stress, more everything like that. And
And
don't
I,
don't get me wrong, like I'm still like updated into it, and like
you're still aware of what's going
Yeah,
on,
aware
but you
with-
don't get affected by it to the point where
Exactly.
you're not being functional or operational.
Exactly,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly.
No, you're right. I mean, you need to have the idea of what's going around to be very prepared for everything, but at the same time, you need to continue with your life. And
Yeah.
I think in general, this mass media or whatnot is benefited by us being in a constant state of fear,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because then our decisions are clouded, right? Whatever decision you make will be out of the space of fear,
Yeah.
not out of confidence, or
Absolutely.
you won't walk into something with great confidence.
Yeah.
So yeah, you don't have to pay whole attention to it. Give it some time and then move on to your stuff.
No, absolutely. Yeah.
So right now you're in Moray.
Yeah.
How you've worked in Maserati before?
Yeah.
What's
So-
the difference,
so-
like working for a high-end dealership and then working for a day-to-day dealership, let's
yeah.
say?
So honestly, better. So the runaround is the reason why I applied for sales in Maserati. I remember this clearly. Was after my mom passed away. I was like, you know what? I don't want my dad to keep paying for my tuition and stuff because I wasn't working. I get that he wants to provide and then wants me to become a dentist, but I wanted to start making money now. And that was the time when I looked into like crypto stocks. That's when I like the time, like the time of like almost the near of COVID. People are doing drop shipping, affiliate marketing, stocks, crypto. That's kind of when like everything was shown on social media.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, like I started trying to do affiliate marketing, drop shipping, just trying to make money online, sales calls, like I looked into insurance and all this other stuff. And then I went on Indeed and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna do physical labor for now, like just to make some money. And then I applied for Maserati and Alfa Romeo for some reason. And then they asked for an interview, right? So I went to the interview, and I was obviously nervous about it. It's my first time ever trying to do anything in sales.
And it was your first job altogether?
No, not my first job.
Okay.
So, before that, I worked at like a Korean barbecue place as a waiter and so on. I worked for my dad as a assistant dental tech, but I think that was only because he wanted to use that as like tax returns and stuff like that.
Makes sense. Yeah.
And so,
So first sales job.
first sales job, I got hired, and for the first 3 months, instead of trying to sell a car, actually the first day I actually started, I did sell a car. The first day.
The first day?
First day, but my
That's unusual, eh?
but my manager at that time helped me, right?
Okay.
And he said that this is my own client, and your experience is gonna be, you're gonna learn more in this experience than anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was already good at talking to people. Like I said, I was like pretty social back then as well. So I sold my first car. I can still remember. I sold an Audi Q5, right, to this Filipino guy. And then after that, though, for 3 months, I didn't sell anything because all I was doing was writing notes. I was wanting to learn the ins and outs of the industry. What's the industry about, how it works, right? Sales, how to talk to clients, right? The script of like first contact of like shaking their hand, getting them to get a coffee, the first yes, 45 yeses in 45 minutes, the running around of the vehicle, learning the vehicle, what it is, the features and all that stuff, everything, just like the industry itself, right? And after the third month, I started selling. So the first month after all the learning process and everything,
Yeah.
I bought in 25 cars and sold 8 cars, right? So you can also, in dealerships, you can also buy in cars as well.
What does that mean? Explain me more.
So let's say that you're wanting to sell your car and we don't have a big inventory, but we need inventory.
Yeah.
When I learned that they pay you for buying in a car, I just went ham. So I believe at Maserati, I still hold the record of the most cars bought in 1 month.
So explain me this. When you buy cars, you have to pay up front?
No. So
Okay.
the dealership pays for your car, but I would negotiate your vehicle down to what I think is like going for the market and so on. And then we would just get you a check or pay off your car, whatever it is, and then we would just buy your car for us to sell it, right? And
So for me, it'll be a trade-in kind of thing?
not a trade-in, no.
Okay.
It's just a buy-in, right?
Just a buy-in.
Because you're not wanting to
Simple
buy anything
buy-in.
else,
Okay.
right? But yeah, and that's when I think that's when like Maserati, like the managers, the sales managers, GSM, like they all saw a value in me and what I can do, right?
So you bought 25 cars, and then you pushed out 8 out from
Yeah,
the
yeah.
same 25?
No,
or-
no,
Okay.
just like sales, right?
Okay.
And I think that's my first time ever making like a 5-figure check.
5-figure check.
Yeah, and that
For a month.
Yeah, for 1 month, right? And I think that's when like it hit me. I was like, if I get good at this, maybe it'll go somewhere, right? That's just what I thought.
Yeah.
And every single month I'd be just doing the same thing, right? Like I'd sell 15, I'd buy in 5, I'd buy in 10, I'd buy in 15, I'd sell 10, so on every single month. And after 1 year, I think my first year of Maserati, I think my like annual income is the biggest I've seen, right? And it might not be a lot up to other people, but like I think it was like around 80K.
That's a good number, yeah.
Yearly, right? And then I tried quitting because it became toxic, right? Like
Stressful?
yeah, just like the stress, the pressure, right? And I was gonna go back to school, but then they offered me, why don't you try financing, right? be your own finance manager, not like a typical finance manager where they just sell the products, and the salesperson brings them the file and everything, but my own finance manager where I bring in my own leads, my own financing and everything like that. And the only reason why I took it was because so that I can learn financing, what financing is all about, what's the back end of selling a car.
For you, it was just curiosity that you.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I took it, and they watched me because like the main finance manager would get deals brought to him, right? He doesn't have to sell cars. He would just wait in his room and
So if you get a deal, you'll take it to him
Exactly,
and get it
exactly.
financed and whatnot.
exactly.
Okay.
But for me, I did everything from start to finish of finding my own customers, um, bringing them in, selling them the car, financing the vehicle, and this was when I was learning finance on how to sell like gap insurance, warranty, and all this other stuff. And I did it from the beginning to the end, and I would sell like 10 every month, right? And at the end of the year, my income, like annual income, doubled, right? Because of financing. In financing, when I do my own finance and selling, you get paid both front and the back. So the financing part you get paid on, and the car you get paid on, right? But in sales, you only get paid in the front, right? In finance, you only get paid in the back. But I
So
was
that's
getting
whole
paid.
another avenue that you
Exactly,
get to keep.
exactly.
Okay.
And I grinded. Like it was a good experience for me to learn, but it was very like time consuming and like just stressful, you know? And so after that year, I was like, I'm done. Like I quit. I just couldn't, like not couldn't, but I quit because
Didn't want it to.
it felt toxic. Like toxic as in like not the stress, but just the environment of that dealership, right? And I'm not saying like I'm not bashing any dealership, but to me at that time it was, right? But then I got an offer from Murray, because my manager from Maserati went to Murray, right? And he talked with the director of like the subdivision team at Murray that's partnered with Murray, and says like, I know a kid that can grind, right? So his name is I don't know if I should be even saying his name, but like the director reached out to me, so I went there. The first 30 seconds of me talking to him, he's like, I want you, like you're in the team. And that's when in my opinion, my actual career kind of began, right? Whatever I was making at Maserati, I tripled it, because I became his director of finance, right? The first year.
So what were your duties as a director of finance at Murray?
So this is a little bit different. Obviously, I can still bring in my own clients and stuff, but he has been GSM manager. He ran stores, like big stores, like like Chevrolet Goche,
Yeah.
Selkirk, or sorry, not Selkirk, Midtown Ford, like Birchwood. Like he's made these dealerships profitable the way they are today because of him, and he's been
This
doing
guy
this,
you're talking about.
yes,
Okay.
the director, and he's been doing this for 28 years, right? He is someone that I respect to the highest because of who he is and what he does, and he's the type of person that would sacrifice something so that you can make money, right? And so just like in the industry, there's a lot of like scummy salesperson, right? But everything that he does is like just and truthful, right? He's very transparent. He never keeps anything from me, even though I was just his finance guy. He treated me as like a partner, right? It was like he was working for me. That's his whole. That's why he's so successful, right? And so when I learned what I was doing and did everything that I did, and it was the first like couple months when I started with him. It was like I was trying to catch up to his pace, He already had teams established under him that was doing like 50, 60, 70 deals, and they would all come to me, right? And I had no time, like, for
To go through all this paperwork.
no, no,
or
no,
whatnot.
not even that. I did it, right? But like no time to bring in my own clients, right? But then when I got used to all that, then I started selling my own clients, right? So it was kind of like, you know how like people have multiple revenues of income, like, you know, like assets, their job, you know,
Their real estate or
yeah,
whatnot.
yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
So it was kind of like that though, how he built that structure for me because, you know, let's say I get paid on every single deal that came to me, right? But then also my own clients that I had time for on the side for me to make more money, right? And little things like that. Like that's kind of how he built that structure around me. And
So how did your income tripled from the previous dealership to this dealership? How did, like, what were you doing extra this time? Or
percentage of what I'm getting. I'm like here now, like I'm still getting like front and back as well, but he made sure that I'm getting paid really well. And now I'm getting paid on every single deal, right? Even though I'm not doing any, like, I can be home and let's say one of the guys like sold a vehicle. It's more like a management position now
yeah,
where I don't have to be doing anything and I can make an extra like 5, 6K a month, like just doing nothing, right? And so from Maserati, the max target that I hit before I quit
yeah.
was 100K a year, right?
That was the cap.
That was a cap, right? Right when I went to Murray with my guy, it went to 150, 200, and so on, right? And I'm not saying that to like obviously there's a lot of people that makes way more, right?
100%.
And I'm trying to just be humble as I can because I'm trying to go into something that is further than that, right? Obviously, I want to extend as much as I can, but the turnaround from like Maserati for me, like just trying to catch up to money, trying to chase it, to how he flipped my mind to just
Build systems and
yeah,
all.
exactly, building your making your business your own and doing what you love to do, and then money just comes to you, right? And so recently, after being his finance manager, I still am his finance manager, but he recently made me his partner, like official his partner, to run his teams, his business, subdivision group for
The
Murray.
finance
Exactly,
subdivision
exactly.
within Murray.
Yeah, so
That's cool, man.
became his partner recently, and yeah, I can't complain. Like I
So we made some real progress since last time we met. And
absolutely, yeah. Back then, I was still working at Maserati when I met you. Now it's more like stress free. I don't even have to dress in a suit or tie every day. I literally wear this to go to work. Like, you know what I mean? He doesn't like. He told me I think the first day I started, he's like, you wear a suit and tie. I'm gonna go make you go home and change. Like I don't give a shit about that. That's what he said, right? But yeah, no.
so you do no more sales now? Sales floor?
I still can. Like
But you prefer the back end?
yeah, no, it's not even preferring. Like I still have many clients and clientels that, you know, that are referral clients that still wants to deal with me. And they come to me and bring their family and friends and everything, and I still help them out. Absolutely. You know, him as well. If he has family and friends that are reaching out for him to buy a car and he sells them, like he like anything that he does, I get paid on it too.
That's it.
Everything that I do, he gets paid on it, right? And he just built this foundation of revenue as well, right? So, and it's so transparent. Like 9 out of 10 cars that I sold at Maserati back then, 9 out of 10 would come back as a complaint, right? Because you know where they buy their cars from, you know, why is it so cheap and so on. 9 out of 10, 1 out of 10 clients now comes back to me and asks me about the smallest things. Hey, can you put my license plate on my car for me? That's it. There's no like. That also comes with the stress as well, right? Because after you sell the car back at Maserati, there's consequences that come with it. It felt like now it's more of like reward that comes with it, you know. So the headspace, the freedom, is unreal compared to like other dealerships, in my opinion, right? And I get yeah, and I can't complain about my pay. Like, he's been he wants he's like I said, he's the type of person that wants you to get paid. Like he'll never be mad of you making money. He wants you to make money, right? He wants you to be
And
a
that's the
success.
right mindset, I'd
Yeah.
say, to have to be a leader of a team
Oh
and
yeah.
then bringing you to the level of his own and
Yeah. No,
cool
this
stuff.
guy's crazy. He like one time he came into my office and he's like, "Yeah, here." Shows me like a paper, right? And then like those properties, like this like lots.
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, I just bought 6 of those." Like 6 lots, and I'm like, "That's crazy." Like cash. Like his mortgage is like paid off. He has $1 million house. Like he owes nothing on it. Like I want to be in a position where he is someday, right? And remember when I said like, or we talked about you're the average of the 5 people that you hang out around with.
100%.
He has been that mentor um, for me to grow into the likeliness of him, right? Obviously, at the end of the day, like we're two different people, and I feel like I'm a little bit of a nicer person than he is because he's always about like business, um, confront, straight up with you, whatever. But I think that he likes the things that I do, my own way as well, and so yeah, no, just an amazing mentor, and I even got my one of my best friends on board as well as sales guys for our team, and he's been loving it as well. Like he's been
Yeah, I think it's very important as a leader to, make sure that your team feels good about themselves, the way they do things, and you appreciate the way they do things. Because the last thing you want is to criticize your team members about not doing it the way he wants to do, the leader.
yeah,
And you'll have to give them space to operate in their way. And I think people take it lightly how important it is to have a mentor.
yeah, and the thing that speaks volume about me, and this is him being a leader or a mentor, even though he says like every time I say like boss or something, he won't even acknowledge it because he's like we're partners, right? And the thing that speaks volume is one time, this was very recently too. He got an offer for a different higher position job. It even said um, $500,000 a year. That's just base salary plus
Mm,
bonuses plus percentage. 500,000. That's half a mil, right? He ripped that up in front of me.
that's life changing money for a lot of people.
He ripped that up in front of me. He's like, no, I'm not doing that. Like, you know, um, I think at this point, like, money isn't really a problem for him. Like, last year, I think he made like 700,000, and like plus real estate stuff. And yeah, that's kind of like I look up to him in a way of just like um, as a friend, as a mentor, as a boss, um, and what he does and the access he gets on income.
Hmm.
That's all the aspects that I want, and
And he's someone who has done this in your industry. So there is a blueprint for you to,
exactly.
okay, this is how it's done in a proper manner, or,
Yeah.
how teams are being handled, how he has scaled all this.
Yeah.
So which is a great insight for you
Yeah.
to have. And I think you have positioned yourself perfectly for success,
Yeah,
which is good, Goo.
yeah, and that's the one thing that it goes back to my dad coming here with nothing and then building something for himself. I think, like I said, like not every generation is the same, but it's the way that generation looks at that generation and mimics it in their own way. And I think I get that a lot from my dad as well. And through prayer and me asking or praying to God, right? I think that has a big aspect on it. No matter like what anyone else believes, like I'm very true to my religion, and not even a religion. I don't even like calling it a religion. It's honestly just me and a relationship with God and Jesus Christ. That's it. That's what I believe in, and no matter what anyone says, like um, it's just who I am, right? So
And I think we as kids learn from example. If, let's say if your dad led by example, by grinding, by hustling, or by working hard, you will get those habits inbuilt within
Yeah.
you because you've seen that as a kid and it imprints upon you that okay, this is what needs to be done in order to have a stable life,
Yeah.
relationships, whatnot.
Yes, and that's the biggest thing with parents is that they don't want you to go into like dentistry or become a doctor of because of like the title. It's because of the stability, right? They want you to be stable for life.
That's known for them. They don't want you to go try unknown. They
Yeah.
have seen this path. They have been through this path,
Yeah.
so they want you to follow this path because they know what the outcome will be for
Yeah.
you.
Oh, exactly.
And as a parents, they want to be secure about your future, right? That's
Yeah.
where the love is. So they don't want you to try new things because then you think you'll hurt you or
Yeah.
try new adventures,
Yeah.
whatnot. No, try
Risk.
new careers, yeah,
Yeah.
take new risk,
Yeah.
and they want it safe for you at the
Yeah.
end of the day.
Yeah.
That's where the conflict of interest is
Yeah.
unknowingly, and you've done great things for
Yeah.
yourself. That's cool,
Appreciate it.
man.
It's funny though because like my dad always says like don't risk that or like you don't want to risk that and you're risking that, but he's made the biggest risk
Taking $1 million loan, yeah.
from the beginning, right? and I look at that and be like, Dad, like you became a multimillionaire because of the risk that you took, right? So what's the difference between that and you supporting me taking a risk of getting out of school and doing something that I think that I found I'm good at, right? And so, yeah, and I, not like he like, even to this day he'll tell me like still get a degree, right? Just just to be safe, right?
Yeah.
And
Just in case this
yeah,
doesn't work
yeah,
out.
yeah, and I agree. Like I'll get like a business degree or something like that. I'll pass it easy, no problem, right? But I think that with the things that are happening right now, and I'm not saying that it's forever. I just found something that makes me the income that I need to throw it into my assets or investments and stuff. And
Keep a cushion, yeah.
yeah, and just kind of once I'm of the age where I want to retire, I'll be good, right? I'm not saying that I'm gonna be doing this forever, but I love what I do, right? And it's just I think I'm blessed with the job where I get the freedom now in the position where I can leave whenever I want. I come in whenever I want, but as long as I do the things I need to do, manage, yeah.
Get your things done and you have your freedom.
Exactly.
Listen, man, it's been a great conversation.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. And thanks for doing this. Bye, guys.
Talking to you.